Good morning, viewers. Welcome to ST Money's Morning Talk, your weekday business news. It's Thursday morning, August 1st, 2024, and I'm your host, Sunil Thakker of Sunny Talks Money. Let's roll. On Wednesday, on Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 99 points, or 0.24%, to close 40,842. The S&P 500 gained 85 points, or 1.58%, to 5,522. And the Nasdaq Composite gained 452 points, or 2.64%, to close at 17,599. It was the biggest one-day percent gain for the S&P and the Nasdaq since February 2022. Stocks and government bonds rallied on the final day of July, capping a topsy-turvy month for global market with big gains. All three major indexes opened sharply higher, holding on to gains after the Federal Reserve held interest rates steady and Chair Jerome Powell signaled the central bank is prepared to cut them in September if inflation keeps moving lower. July's star performer, the Russell 2000 index of small companies, moved 0.5% higher, lagging behind other indexes after racing past them in recent weeks. The Russell soared 10% in the month, its best showing of the year. The market is nearly certain of a September rate cut. Moreover, the Fed officials indicated they want to keep economic growth humming along. Investors have gotten several bits of good news on the economy in recent weeks. The latest read on the US gross domestic product showed that growth smashed expectations in the prior quarter, while inflation has been falling steadily. Fed officials acknowledge progress in the inflation fight at their latest meeting. Next, investors will be parsing Friday's monthly jobs report for clues on how the labor market is holding up. For much of July, traders across Wall Street were gripped by the giant rotation that shook the US stock market. The anticipation of lower interest rates in coming months has turbocharged cyclical corners of the market as well as smaller US stocks, which tend to be more sensitive to borrowing costs. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones added 1.1% and 4.4% respectively for the month, while the Nasdaq lost 0.8%. Still, trading Wednesday showed that investors aren't giving up on tech behemoths just yet. Nvidia shares, the poster child for the artificial intelligence trade, surged 13%. Micron Technology added 7.1%. Other semiconductor companies also rallied, reversing some of the sharp swoons that have punctuated trading in July. In global markets, Japan's yen and bond yields climbed after the Bank of Japan raised interest rates and put forward a plan to reduce bond buying. In US Treasuries, yields were mostly lower, with the benchmark 10-year note yield on track for its biggest drop in 2 weeks after the Federal Reserve kept interest rates at their current levels, as was widely expected. The yield on the benchmark US 10-year notes fell 9.6 basis points to 4.045% from 4.141% late on Tuesday. The 2-year note yield, which typically moves in step with interest rate expectations, fell 8.7 basis points to 4.276%, hitting its lowest since February 2 this year. Remember, yields fall as prices rise. Now, let us look at the Indian stock market highlights on Wednesday, July 31, 2024. Benchmark equity indices, the BSE Sensex and the NSE Nifty 50, ended Wednesday's session in positive territory. Sensex settled at 81,741, up 285 points, 0.35%, while Nifty 50 ended 94 points, 0.38% higher at 24,951. The day belonged to bulls as 21 out of 30 stocks on the BSE Sensex saw gains, with Maruti Suzuki India, JSW Steel, Asian Paints, NTPC, among others, ending up to 4% higher, while Reliance, Mahindra and Mahindra, and Infosys saw marginal declines. On the NSE, Maruti Suzuki, JSW Steel, HDFC Life Insurance, Asian Paints, and NTPC emerged as the top gainers on the NSE Nifty 50. In contrast, Britannia Industries, Dr. Reddy's Laboratory, Apollo Hospitals, Tata Consumer Products, and Reliance Industries were among the day's laggards. Bank Nifty Index ended higher by 54 points or 0.11% to settle at 51,553. The Nifty Midcap 100 jumped 367 points or 0.63%, ending the day's trading at 58,990. On the contrary, Nifty Small Cap 100 lost 69.9 points or 0.36%, ending the day's trading at 19,137.75. Among sectorial indices, Nifty Metal was the best performer, rising over 1%. The surge comes after a sharp spike in JSW Steel, Hindalco, and Tata Steel counters helped taking the index higher. The healthcare index followed, rising almost 1%. Realty stocks also fell prey to profit booking after a sharp rally for the last two sessions. PSU banks also fell, led by Punjab National Bank and Bank of Baroda. The Indian Volatility Index, that India VIX, closed up by 3.26% at 13.30. In other news, US crude oil is trading at $76.87 a barrel and Brent at 80.57 a barrel. Gold is trading at 2,447 in the US per ounce, whereas in India it is rupees 6586 per gram. Now for today's outlook for the Indian market. Technical research analysts say that the hourly momentum indicator has reached the equilibrium line and the indication that the consolidation is complete, and the Nifty is now poised for a breakout. Short-term target is placed at 25,350 to 25,530, and the crucial support is placed at 24,750 to 24,700. Gift Nifty was trading at 25,088, up 158 points or 0.60% on back of global clues. Stocks on radar today: Asta DM, Relaxo Footwear, the Phoenix Mills, Maestro Electronics and Telecommunication Systems, Godrej Properties, Bell, Mahindra and Mahindra, Birla Soft, Crompton Greaves Electricals, Adani Power, Maruti Suzuki, Bank of Baroda, Coal India, Mankind Pharma, Tata Steel will be in focus. See you tomorrow morning. Happy investing. Stay inspired and remember, it's all about money.